Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Savannah Elizabeth and today we're going to talk about BoxyCharm eyeshadow palettes. More specifically, my top 5 BoxyCharm eyeshadow palettes. I have gotten quite a fair amount of BoxyCharm boxes. I do keep my leaflets as much as I can. Sometimes they get misplaced and lost or whatever between me filming and then me taking that downstairs to type up all the information. Sometimes they get lost, sometimes people throw them out on me. People don't check for me and that doesn't help. So I have 5 palettes. I'm going to rank them from the cheapest to the most expensive of the 5, and I'll include a bunch of swatches. As always, this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up, leave me some nice comments, hit subscribe, ring that bell to see more of my goofy face. Alright, so let's lay all 5 out. They're all from different brands, too. Oh, let's take the Fitbit off. How many steps am I at? I'm at 2,304, and it's only 1:26 p.m. It's only. Okay, here we go. So the cheapest one is the Zoeva Blank Fusion palette. I love this thing. It retails for $28. It does not have a mirror, and it's a little harder to get your hands on now. It has 5 shimmer shades and 5 mattes. I pretty much just use the mattes, but I love them so much. This palette's used quite a lot. Especially this Joy in a Box matte shade. Oh my god, love it. It's got quite the dent in it. So let's do some swatches. So I will start 3 at a time. Here, that way. So Noble, Single Origin, Visions of Gold. I do like their matte formula. I like their shimmer formula. It's just, these are more gold. I like pink shimmers. So 1, 2, and 3. And then, okay, Late Bloomer, Sweetness Lingers, and then the matte shade, Travel Inspired. Okay. Just the variety in this palette, so nice. I love it so much. Alright, now Joy in a Box, Conch and Question of Taste. That dent in that shade is incredible. Just shows how much I use it. The least used matte shade is actually this one here, Question of Taste. It's just not really my color. How do I want to do it? We'll go right down under. So there's those. They are so smooth and beautiful. And last shade is Last Bite, the deepest. I like to use this as almost a liner. These are so smooth. There's those. $28 for that is, I feel like, a steal. Like, I used this palette last year for my birthday. If that doesn't show how much I like it, I don't know. Well, I am not using makeup wipes to remove swatches, by the way. I'm just using my makeup eraser. I love those things. I like to help the earth in that way. I also figured I should do some videos about my eyeshadow palettes a little bit before I do declutter. I have 56 eyeshadow palettes right now in my collection, and that is just insane and too many for one person. Yeah, it's a lot. Alright. It really is quite a lot, and that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Next we have the Huda Beauty Pastels Lilac. This retails for $29, so only $1 more for one less shade than the Zoeva one. So that is the palette. It's very pastel, purpley, and beautiful. I wore this the other night actually. So, all right, I'm gonna do one row at a time. So, this top row over. So, do, 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 do. Some of these shades are more like a topper though. So, that will have an effect, but they are still super beautiful and reflective, like seriously. All right, next row, pinky, peach, matte, and then the marbled shade. It's such a cool formula. There are 4 shimmers and 5 mattes that make this up. So, making sure I'm not overlapping my swatches here. Like, oh my gosh, isn't that marble shade actually really pretty? I was so nervous when I got it. Also, I like how the swatches are just going up. All right, last row is all mattes. So that shade I use quite a lot. This one and then down. But there is quite the dent in that first matte shade on the bottom row. So it's so pretty. I really do get a lot of use out of it. I really didn't think I would. I love it though. I like it. I like my pinks and purples, which apparently is a thing for me. Next up, we have a Dose of Colors palette. This is a 5-pan palette, so the value for it is a little high. I really want to try more of these, but $32 for 5 shades just doesn't sit well with me. So if there was a really good deal, like where I could get it for like half off, you bet I would. There's the Mauve one and then the cool toned one. I really want to try those two so much. But this one is the Blushing Berries palette. Oh my goodness, they are all matte. And I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today. I used these 3 lighter shades and then the black. I skipped on this deeper shade. Just didn't, I don't know, didn't feel like it today. So I'm going to start from light to dark with my swatches. So do. They are very beautiful, pigmented for sure. Make sure my arm is dry before I swatch. So do, and do. I know a lot of their palettes do have just the mattes. I also want to try that new big palette they came out with, the, oh goodness, the latte one. All the nudes, oh man. So then this shade and then the black. Actually, this shade is, oh, apparently, is probably my least used shade, honestly. But beautiful. And then the black. It is beautiful. That black is so intense too. Like, oh my goodness. I like to use it as almost a liner, but another look at my eyes. Like, wow. And I almost wish I would have swatched that last, but I'm going in order. Let's see. Am I gonna have to switch arms? I hope not. Oh geez, that black is just not coming off. I'll just try not to swatch on top of that, but it's a great palette. That price, that is a reason though I am glad that I got it in a BoxyCharm actually, because there's no way I would have spent that. Next up is a Violet Voss palette. This is the Essentials, the original Essentials. I have Essentials too, but out of them, I like this one the best. Even though the other one's got some pinks and purples, but whatever. This is the palette. That pink is seriously so stunning and I love it. So is that green. Oh my gosh. I don't use it quite as much, but there was a time I used it like every day for a month plus, and while looking through everything, this still really has a special place in my heart. It retails for $36. So I'm going to start off with swatching. Let's do it correctly. Hold it nicely. We're going to start with that cream shade, sand, and then terracotta. the orangey shade. So their shimmers are very beautiful too. There is 5 shimmers and 5 mattes. And there's also another black. So cream, sand, and then terracotta, the orange shade. All right, and then we've got gold, emerald, and then that pink that I am absolutely obsessed with. So gold, emerald, they are very buttery smooth, at least the shimmers are. The mattes are a little dusty, but not overly dusty. That, yeah, but beautiful. So gold, emerald, and pink. Like, isn't that pink so pretty? If I didn't, I should have put that on my lid instead of a liquid eyeshadow. Whatever. I had this liquid eyeshadow in my drawer forever, and I'm like, you should probably use that at some point. So next we have Dusty Rose. I love to pair that with the pink shade. Sometimes I'll use the cream as like an inner corner highlight and have the pink all over my lid. Then we have Plumberry and then Cinnamon. So, pretty sure Plumberry had never been touched before that. Whoops. One shade in the whole palette I have never touched. So, Dusty Rose, Plumberry, and Cinnamon. And now, move the sleeve. Let's get that black right in that row. Boom. That one is more pigmented and you get more from that swatch, but it's such a nice palette. And look at my arm now. My goodness. I've had that good for a good year plus at this point. It's insane. It has made it through multiple declutters, even ones I have not filmed. Last but not least is the biggest palette of the bunch. It is from Tarte. It is the Tarteist Pro, and it retails for $49. There is, open, thank you, 16 mattes and then 4 shimmers. Shimmer metallics, however you want to say it. It's so beautiful. It smells like chocolate. Did I just dump my nose in something? No, good, okay. I was trying out a foundation, seeing how it worked mixed with something else, and I'm just not really liking that combo right now. My nose and chin look horrible, so that's great. They each are in nice rows to make its own look. I want to hold that. Like that row with that, and that. So it's really cool. I like that style, actually. So we will start swatches up. Am I gonna figure out how I'm gonna hold things one day? Maybe. We're gonna go top row, 1 row at a time between swatches. So we're gonna do classic, innocent, and then whimsy. Oh jeez. So classic, innocent, and whimsy. They are beautiful. Some people are not a fan of Tarte eyeshadows, but I really am. They're just so nice. I like the pigment level, easy to work with, buildable. Just, I like it. So then smoked and ethereal, the metallic. So deep brown, and then metallic. I'm going to do each row and then wipe it off. It's just 20 shades. That is not enough room on my arm. I was struggling trying to do 10. So that row, very beautiful. Probably should have held that up a little longer for all of you. I'm sorry. All right, next we have this row. That is a very almost white shade. It's called Vintage, almost purple, Fierce, No Filter, Vamp, and then Glam. So do. So do. So Vintage, Fierce, No Filter, and then Vamp, and Glam. I use Glam a lot. Sometimes I'll just use a bronzer in my crease and then grab a Glam on my lid. It's so beautiful, so pretty. These swatches are getting a little messy though. My poor arm is going to hate me. I was gonna do a lip liner declutter next after this, but my arm might be a little too raw from this by the end of it. So next we have a row I tend to use a lot of mattes from. Cheek, Profesh, Mod, Drama, and Minx. So that smell gets me every time. Alright. So Cheek, Profesh, Mod, and then Drama and Minx. Drama, Minx. I really like their formula. How did I end up in the actual arm hair, Savannah? Stop that. Stop going up. I'm holding like this. I'm trying to make a straight line when I'm holding like that in my, yeah. It's not going well. All right, last 5. We can do this, right? We have Indie, Bold, Edgy, Punk, which is a black, and then Trendy, which is a kind of a blue shimmer. Move my makeup eraser off my lap before I just have a wet lap. So let's go a little lower. So that was, oh geez, Indie, Bold, no, that finger, and Edgy. So then Punk the black and Trendy the shimmer, the metallic-y blue brown duochrome shade. I am not a fan of duochromes really, so definitely not a shade I've actually ever used on my lid. And that is all of my palettes that are in my top 5 from BoxyCharms. If I had to just pick one that stands above the rest, why did I just do that to myself? I don't know. Honestly, I would probably pick the Zoeva palette. Just those mattes, you can do matte look so easily. You can grab a shimmer if you want it, but I usually don't. Or you can just take your highlighter from your face and put that on your lid, whatever. But that is today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. I love you all. Bye.